face I know, but I can never match your name to face my fault. That when I noticed it was far too late, you left a fingerprint on my soul.
Welcome to reality, there's no way back.
Mama said you're meant to burn as bright as a star among the midnight sky. All the pressure blinded me, but now I see I'm no different from the rest. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. looking for that open door. Show me proof that there is something more. I just hope I am okay with the choices I make. Maybe then I'll understand. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. But I keep on falling.
When I was a child, everyone treated me badly, 'cause I was a little different. I just want to be belong. I won't let them get me down. I wanna be stronger, always remain true to myself. Let me explain. I'm so fast 'cause I'm hyperactive. Let go plus I think it makes me unattractive, but time goes fast, we should act like a fire, burning everything we know and what we require. I'm the last who maybe is a bit reflective. We're just facts of all self-destructive passion, but time goes fast, we should act like a fire, burning everything we know and what we desire. You get what I say. There will be better days. You get what I say. Start to make some peace, let yourself breathe. You get what I say. When you know there's a better place to reach. There will be better days. Don't get yourself seized, let your feelings ease. How can me finding myself? I wanna be here at the moment right now. I'm taking my fear and make it disappear. I'll make you work it and I'll show you how. I won't let them get me down. I wanna be stronger, always remain true to myself. Let me explain. I'm so fast 'cause I'm hyperactive. Let go plus I think it makes me unattractive, but time goes fast, we should act like a fire, burning everything we know and what we require. I'm the last who maybe is a bit reflective. We're just facts of all self-destructive passion, but time goes fast, we should act like a fire, burning everything we know and what we desire. You get what I say. There will be better days. You get what I
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mash me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Hold on.
I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend.
You know you left me lonely, I could tell them the whole story. It may take a couple hours, I've got time, let's get to chat. How could I explain the situation? Man, it's so damn complicated. Where do I start, where do I end? I should go back to bed, I'm going back to all the basics. Teaching myself now how to erase it. It's like learning a whole new language, and I'm afraid, too scared to face it. I just want consistent clarity, but all my thoughts destroying me. Some peace of mind is all I need to get peace to all of my family. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend. You think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave. You try but can't get through to me. It's not you, yeah, it's always me. I close my heart to you, you see it opens up for nobody. It's been so hard to fall asleep. The weather always makes my nose bleed, makes my nose bleed. It's so hard to believe that one day I'll feel peace. I want control over my life, I want that driver's seat. Yeah, it's not you that I need. You push me down when I'm weak. You were never there for me. Go pick up your keys and leave. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend, 'cause you think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave.
Welcome to unrealization. We came prepared to kill the operation. It ain't fair, but I feel it be the nation. So raise the flag and do the preparation.
Welcome to reality, there's no way back. Welcome to reality.
Can't fuck with that. Yeah, it's okay to be on top like forever, man. This is hard fucking beeping after aliens. We on top of the world, we the sapiens. Do you understand massive complication there? Do you really think you know what I'm made of? My flow is so magical, I'm old, call me Gandalf. You can shine, but I'm about to go off. Heard me wanna believe what I'm saying, but I cannot do this at all.
Welcome to reality, there's no way back. 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 Welcome to reality, there's no way back.
Mama said you're meant to burn as bright as a star among the midnight sky. All the pressure blinded me, but now I see I'm no different from the rest. You said I'd fly away, but my world walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. But I keep on falling. We're all searching for that open door. Show me proof that there is something more. I just hope I am okay with the choices I make. Maybe then I'll understand. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. But I keep on falling.
Welcome to the Blitz series. This is season 2, and obviously of the Asylum Open Qualifier round 2. I'm here with Pre-Fire GN with an exciting game. It's going to be Skibidi Rizzlers versus Thrive. What do you expect coming into this game, Jordan?
I'm expecting a lot of good gunfights. We got a lot of big players in this match. On one side we got like Inrio, on the other side we got like Gugs, people notorious for different things in the community, but still relatively well-known names.
A very exciting game coming to us. We're going to quickly go over, look at the map bans. Very excited to see what maps we're going to be going to here. So we see here Bank, Border, Consulate, Lair, all banned out. Very sad that we just about didn't get to see Lair, obviously just banned out before the first 2 picks. And the usual Clubhouse, Chalet. You see them quite often, don't you, in NA? Why do you think this, Jordan?
Clubhouse Chalet, I feel like it's just, they're pretty standard maps. Like, considering like Oregon, that's kind of just the objective neutral. Clubhouse has always been another objective neutral that, people want to pick. They've got a lot of practice. It hasn't changed significantly. And same with Chalet. They've been in the pool for long enough that you can consistently practice it. They're relatively even, and there's a lot of stuff you can kind of do on both sides.
And now we get to see the decider coming up here, and it will be Cafe. Honestly surprised it wasn't Nighthaven that we see just about banned out. Because again, that's another map that we're seeing quite a lot often. But Cafe, another one of those maps that's been in the pool for quite a while. Most teams know it by now, so they should be really good at just playing it out, knowing what to do on it, how to take each map. It's what you'd call a solve map, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's very like cliche pushes you'll see.
Exactly. But very exciting maps we're going to be going to. Very excited to see how this game goes out. And also, we are starting in Clubhouse, and I'm pretty sure Skibidi Rizzlers map pick. And they'll be starting on the attack. Like you said, it doesn't really go either way, so I don't think that's necessarily an advantage for either team.
Hmm.
So I could really see it going either way. Both are really strong teams. Maybe some people will be more favored towards Thrive, obviously. They're a known team in the T2 space, obviously, most recently playing in Blitz, playing in XGS, playing in Game Rogue, and
Hmm.
even, top three in Element as a T2 team, because there's 3 Pro League teams in there.
Yeah.
So, how do you see this favoring going?
I mean, honestly, yeah. Once again, a fan favorite is obviously going to be Thrive. I think because of their name, not just because of their name, their performance. They've consistently done well, and so I feel like we're going to see a similar thing here. They're going to do very strongly. Maybe we'll see some good competition from Skibidi. Not going to say the full name, but we're going to see some competition. But I do have my bets on Thrive winning this. They're a very well-known team. They've got it all together. They're just, if anything, ironing out kinks.
Obviously, they've just recently, I don't know how recent it is, I don't know if they've played a tournament with it yet, but new pickup in Rio to be added to the team, obviously formerly of Aerial Arise. They have dropped Aimkey, picked up in Rio. So wondering how he'll fit into this new system. Will he still be playing the same role as Aimkey has been doing? Or will he maybe be playing a different role entirely? Maybe they've switched up the positions entirely. But I'd say a couple of names to always look at is Candle. I think he always plays well for Thrive and has always put up numbers. And we're actually going to be now going into the game soon enough. Very excited. We've got all people in lobby, so can't wait to get this game going. Clubhouse is a very interesting map. Obviously, both teams definitely know how to play it. It's what people would say is the great equalizer. It's always where the best team goes to win and play, as it just shows basically who's the best at the fundamentals, who's the best with their gun skill. Because in the end of the day, Siege is an FPS game, and I think really that will prove here.
Yeah, no, see, one of the things I'm kind of surprised by is I feel like usually you see Clubhouse as the decider as opposed to one of the starting matches. Of course, it's like, yeah, you want to start with a map maybe your team is very confident in, or, once again, like Clubhouse, an equalizer where every team is confident in, see where you match up in pure terms of pure gun skill. But usually, it's kind of like the Oregon, you'll kind of see it towards the end where both teams are like, hey, we are just going to duke this out at this point. We both know this map. This will become just more of an FPS.
Now, going through the map bans, Monty obviously banned out first, banned out by Thrive. A Monty pick on, especially on Clubhouse, very strong, but in the overall grand scheme of Siege, very strong because just how broken shields are in this current day and age, especially the Monty. And then we're also going to see the Ying ban out. Very annoying operator to deal with, especially if you don't have a warden on the board. Just allows you to take pushes so quickly, take ground so quickly. Because obviously, when you're flashed out, you can't see. Very easy to get a free pick. And now we're going on to the defending bans.
Yeah, honestly, this is just I feel like we're seeing the same bands no matter like where we are in competitive right now. Monty, Ying, Azami. I feel like the last is once again going to be either Fenrir or Valkyrie. It's going to be, maybe there's an outwards pick that we'll see. I'm hoping we'll see something new. But aside from that, these are just very small operators right now, and it makes sense for teams to just want to get rid of them. Yeah, and there's the Valkyrie ban.
You called it perfectly there. Obviously, Valkyrie gives you that very useful information using her black eye cameras. Not only that, especially on the basement bomb site, you can easily get some free picks if you've got some very sneaky little cameras. If you throw them up, get those C4 picks from down below. And we will see that said basement starting off. The Mirror and Cade still on the board. Sometimes you see a cheeky Cade ban, because obviously a lot harder to get the hatches when the Cade is on the board, especially if you want to go for a Cade trick. But even though the Monty's banned, we will still see the blitz come out from Skibidi Rizzlers.
Yeah, I'm always excited to see a Blitz in play. Yeah. Though it's not as good as Monty, the playstyle is very different, and whenever I see a Blitz, I'm very confident we're going to see a rush. Unfortunately, we are seeing him swap off of the Blitz, probably seeing that they're going basement. Adding to the Cade being up, I don't know how much this will actually affect Skibidi Rizzlers here. They do seem to be bringing the Thatcher, and they're pretty ready. Although we're not seeing a Hibana out, we are seeing just the ace.
Maybe, obviously, the Deimos does bring those hard breach charges, so I'll be curious to see if maybe he's bringing them along to maybe help with the hatch getting, or maybe this could just be a rush coming out from the side of Skibidi Rizzlers, as at the moment, there isn't a lot, no, there's no hard breach charges, so it's going to be, you're right, relying only on the ace to get at least one hatch, and maybe the main wall open, obviously the triple wall, so it's curious to see how they're going to be able to get all the hatches they need open, and there's a spawn peak now coming out from Candle, not going to be able to see anyone, obviously, on that Boshi. Very strong gun at the moment. One shot to the body, you normally get a kill, and Kate, already, a lot of players, already having so much control of this garage. I don't know if any of the players from 5 have much news. Vision does take a lot of damage from a C4 early on from Twist, and there's still 3 left on the board for 5.
Yeah, very interesting C4. I'm kind of curious as if that was pre-placed or if it was just placed by this guy hearing them above. I'm guessing it's just him hearing them above. Interested to see how he's going to play around this doorway here. He can't really get out safely. 2 people on vert. Oh, actually the hatch is open. Interesting. They've kind of ignored him actually in there. They had the vert on him. Ooh, great pick for Candle, just peeking the guy in garage, taking him out. Still have to worry about a lot of that vert play, but Mute seems unbothered, just rotating off.
Yeah, they got their first pick. They can easily just back away and play off with that 4v5 advantage. And now, especially Candle as well, pushing away from that mainstay, showed a little bit of presence, then pushed away. Moses saying, he's Vigil, by the way, because obviously the Deimos track not going to be working when his cloak is activated, but still, it does push him off a little bit, especially if he's already used it all the way. And now, with a minute 30 left on the clock, only one type of hard breach available to get these remaining hatches open. It's going to be hard for Skibidi Rizzlers to set up their execute here, but they're at least going to be going for this kitchen hatch. They've got the EMPs to open it, and it will be Slasher to throw those ace charges, so you know at least where 2 of them go. But the impact trick comes out, so they can't actually even get the singular hatch.
Yeah, no, that is brutal. I mean, they've got a little bit of a peek hole onto the Vigil. Nobody's going to be getting the pick there, though, even though it's a 2-way. Very, very rough for Skibidi Rizzlers here. They are going to be forced to either play this blue hatch, blue or main stairs. Candle goes down, I think, from the hatch hole.
A very good repick coming out from Slasher, but still, that's 1 pick back with 30 seconds left. You're still in this 4v4, and you don't really have much space. You do still have all 4 of your Grimbies, though, so that's going to be very helpful in maybe dislodging these players from their power positions, just giving out the information where they are. I'd expect the probably Grim to go blue here, but the plant is going down. I don't know how Slasher has gotten into this plant position.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, there's just chaos going off in blue, and Troy also gets right through, right onto the defuse again. I doubt he's going to be able to get it. The whole team is swinging him. Yeah, they take him out. Great round played by Thrive. They were super clean on those just pushbacks as soon as they started getting a lot of aggression upstairs without losing a pick. Just get out of that situation, play very passive insight, and just play refrags very well. Honestly, what you'd expect to see from a 2-2 team.
Exactly, perfectly said, to be fair. I would say a little bit mess up from Skibidi Rizzlers, so you not only losing the first pick, but the fact they only brought 1 hard reach. I think that really affected their ability to get the hatches, and especially if you're only bringing 1 hard reach for the basement side, I'd expect that Hibana, because you saw it there perfectly. As soon as he was able to just impact frac 2 of those ace charges, there's no way for them to then get the hatch open, and I think that's really what cost them, because yes, he was able to then get into the plant position, but there was no cover because of that kitchen hatch being completely closed.
Yeah, no, basement is definitely not a site you want anything to want Hitmon on. Ace is good, it can work, but if there's any impacts available on the field, you are kind of doomed in terms of hatches. You can maybe force the Moto hatch, I think is your best option, or just push for dirt, which I am surprised they didn't even try to open, just even for phantom pressure.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I thought maybe they would have gone for the triple wall, because obviously you can put 2 on the Moto hatch. They can't be impact tricked. Blue was already opened, and then if you just go for that triple wall plant, you basically have a very strong pinch going on. But now we will see the gym bedroom bomb site. The mirror are going to come out for a second time. I'm pretty sure Skunky plays it for a second time. And they're also going to be bandit tricking this
Oh,
main CC
Moses.
wall. A beautiful bandit trick coming out from Skunky. Also from Moses.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think he was gonna get it. I thought he got to it way too late.
And you gotta say
Wow.
that's actually the that's gotta say that's the ace nerf coming out because the ace charges now take so much longer to detonate because of I think it was like two seasons ago where the ace change actually came into effect.
Yeah, actually, I totally forgot about that. I feel like that was a pretty unrecognizable change at the time, but yeah, that extra, like, second that it takes for it to blow up is very prominent when it comes to bandit tricking. Oh, Vision and Slasher go down. Oh my gosh, there's just a mess going on downstairs. Deimos is getting the refrag. He doesn't know. Oh, he knew Mira was there, but still loses the frag. Candle going down, and the hip fire onto Inrio. Troy seems to be running down to get that Mira. He knows two of them are downstairs. Don't know if he knows all of them are. The others are rotating back to site. Mira's just trapped in this corner on stage. Ooh, Troy's looking. Doesn't know where he is. All it takes is one turn around the corner and he's screwed. They don't have defuse either. It's trapped outside of secret window. Troy has to go for picks here.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard accomplishment still in this 1v4 or 1v3, sorry. It's a very smart play, though, coming out from Skunky and Twist. Obviously, they knew where the push was coming from, and it didn't look like there was any information maybe on the side of Skibidi Rizzlers. The fact that they just went for that two-person like take back off the roam down below, because they only knew the Deimos was down below, so they knew if they just take the 2v1 on him, at least it's a free pick. And as this is happening, we saw the castle get like what, 2 more picks upstairs, and it was just a collapse by Thrive onto the Skibidi Rizzlers push. But Troy has so much space now into Logi, he's now going to be pushing up on this main door, but the Fry players not giving him any picks here. Very smart. They knew they'd already given him 2 free picks. They don't want to give him any more of these bait picks. No one is swinging out. They're playing it so reserved and still with so much information on the board. Obviously, I don't think he ever actually shot the 2 camera. Push it up, and Skunky gets the final pick on the round, and that's 2-0 for Thrive. But that's somewhat expected, seeing how they're their 2 primary bomb sites. And we're going to go into a little tech pause, but I don't know how long it will take, as it is only one player rejoining. We're not going to a full rehost at least.
Yeah, no, we're seeing Thrive is just playing beautifully on Clubhouse. Once again, yeah, I just feel like I have to keep repeating. This is exactly what you expect and want to see out of a T2 team. It is just all around great siege. You know, they're playing passive as soon as they need to, as soon as they feel that pressure. They're getting their refrags, they're playing off each other super well. I think maybe we might see Skibidi Rizzlers be able to come back once they can sort of adapt to this playstyle, but they're leaving a little bit too many gaps currently. The Deimos is able to get the refrag, but you know, you've got Thrive with the refrag on refrag on refrag. They're always ready to just play off of each other.
And that's the perfect part. Obviously, we saw the retake down below, and yes, like you said, Dame's got the refrag, but the fact they took the space with 2 players, because sometimes you're seeing maybe an inexperienced team be like, hey, I'm going on a flank solo, and just without even communicating it, but you have to bet one of the players being like, hey, come with me, let's go for this flank below, get my trade. And that's the difference between maybe a good team and a great team, the communication aspect of it. They will always say what they're doing, so then they know maybe another player can help them with what they're doing.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good communication, honestly, from both sides, I'd say. Maybe not as much from Skibidi Rizzlers, but it is still good communication. They're working well together. I think in the most crucial sense, they are just missing the right util in a lot of these situations. Like on that basement, we saw the lack of Hibana stop them from opening the hatches and getting those just opening picks and just opening entry points and phantom pressure. And then on that side, I feel like the lack of just intel, aside from the Deimos, they didn't really have a whole lot of information. The Flores was a good pick, but there was no real shield or anything to use it on, and it ended up just being a pure gunfight related incident.
we will see the tertiary bomb site coming out from 5, and it will be the CCTV and cache. Most teams tertiary bomb site, as it's very easy to just crack open because of the fact that that external wall gives you so much control, especially with both Thatcher and Maverick on the board. But looking at the lineup from Skibidi, we're going to be seeing a Blitz, we're going to be seeing a Glass, and we're going to be seeing a Thatcher. 3 very strong picks coming out from this side. I'm interested to see what the Blitz and the Glass bring to this push. As right now, there's no Azami, there's no Wamai that's going to be holding that rafters area. It's probably just going to be that one, the dock, obviously. Normally, a new change coming out to Siege. A lot of teams like to bring that dock to just hold down rafters, because as soon as he starts getting burned out, which to be fair, there is no flames going to be coming out from the side of Skibidi Rizzlers, when he gets burnt out by the Capital bolts, he just overheals, and overheals to just waste the time on those. But they'll be going for this main breach, obviously going to be bringing that Thatcher, going to be bringing that Thermite on it. Nothing actually on it in this moment in time, and it's probably going to be just a smoke hold coming out from the Glass.
Yeah, and it looks like they don't even know that their Cade isn't paying any attention to the breach. They're getting ready for a window, maybe even a jump in with the Blitz out there. Very curious to see how this round plays out. They finally get the wall open. Oh, and Thermite just runs in, goes for plant. They jump in the window, get the picks. Thermite going down, and Glass going down at once. One left on the breach, going down to the Cade. Blitz obviously just wreaking havoc in sight still. And he goes down. Holy shit, what a mess of a round. Everyone just fucking went down, down, down. Oh my god. I feel like rushes like those. Oh, sorry, continue.
I was going to say, I don't hate the push. I think that push definitely could have worked, but it just comes down to every single minuscule of moment you see there. If the Blitz maybe is a little bit more side on, flashes the opponent top red, gets that kill. Say Vision doesn't trade on the person, Rafters gets that kill. It's in a 2v1. I think that push is definitely viable, but every part of Siege, especially on Clubhouse, comes down to those minuscule little moments, and that's really what cost them.
Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest thing that impacted that was that guy on the window for Rafters. He managed to get the guy on breach. I think he might have been the one to kill the Thatcher, not 100%, or sorry, the planter. Not 100% sure, but you know, he was in the perfect position to kind of just neutralize anything on that breach. And then you've got the guys in cash, obviously, ready to just get rid of everyone on the window jump in.
Now we will see them go back to this primary bomb site they had so much success on. Obviously came down to that 3v1 while Troy was trying to get that diffuser down. Seeing if maybe there'll be an update to who they bring as a hard breach. Right now, not even a single, there you go. I was going to say, not even a single hard breach can be on the board, but we will see Gugs switch off to that Hibana. Hibana shotgun. That shotgun does do so much damage when at close range, but you don't see it that often. Last time I've seen it, I can't even remember the last time I've seen it. Not many teams in T2, T3, or even T1 really like to use that, despite the fact the Bearing 9, very strong gun to basically just use as your primary weapon.
Yeah, well, jumping onto that, not even only is it just like, it's a good gun, but on a map like this, there are so many long-range angles you are taking. It's very interesting to see an attack-sided shotgun. Also, the mute getting out of stock there, as he's getting pushed by both the Blitz and the Ram, is absolutely insane. How do you let him get away with that?
Now the question apart is, do they know about this visual on this top floor? The EMPs both miss, but it's going to be a K trick from down below anyway, and I think they've missed a second time. They're going to have to do, obviously, the Hibana trick to try and get open this hatch, maybe put the Hibanas in and around the hatch, try and destroy that Cade Claw. The Blitz above Logi, dropping the hatch, and he's going to come full-faced with the Vigil. I don't think he knows where he is. The Vigil running away into Jim, dropping the hatch, able to get away, and now he's going to lurk Trip side. And if they have no information on this side of Trip, this could be a massive pick and a massive lurk coming out from the side of Candle. A lovely little lurk play at the moment, but will it pay off, or will Skibidi Rizzlers be holding his cutoff?
No, yeah, honestly, it looks like they don't really know he's there. They might think he ran downstairs or ran towards stock side. Obviously, you have Quick Cape holding for the main angle. But, you know, all it takes is one good gunfight to get rid of him, and then you have your whole team just outside or maybe inside kitchen soon. Very vulnerable to a flank.
And at some point when this team will start going for their X here, they're not going to all be paying attention to the flank. Sometimes you'll have that minuscule moment where just someone isn't paying attention at the perfect time, and this could be it. Candle able to lurk inside of bathroom, and with that boss G, one shot to the body, instant kill. And if it's someone like the Grim, someone like the Hibana, and it is
Oh
going to be
my
the Grim,
gosh.
your execute operator down, a massive pick. Gugs going for the refrag, not going to be able to find it. That's a really strong pick for the Vigil to get off the board. With 30 seconds to go, it's going to be an execute without the Grim, without the dislodging. How will Skibidi Whizzers go for it?
Oh
Cape
my
also goes
goodness.
down. It's now left up to Gug, Slasher, and Vision to try and clutch this out.
Drop the diffuser.
Yeah, and that
Attackers
Fenrir is just
recovered the
doing work. This Blizz cannot see anything. He's just getting pushed from every which way. This, oh my gosh, this Mute is playing around this wall perfectly so far. And there goes the Blitz. Can I just say, Mute going prone to kill the guy on the hatch is insane, because that is such a risky angle, considering Ram has full view on that. It takes so much balls to be able to even try and get away with that, and to even just get away with that in general. It's just, damn.
That's the confidence, though, that you can have when you're not only 4-0 up, but when you're also in that man advantage. Even if he loses his life there, he still has at least his teammates back on site, and the full setup on site, especially with the fact that there's nothing they can do to dislodge these players. They don't have a Ying, their Grim just died. All they have maybe is a couple flashbangs on the Ram to maybe just push these players off, give themselves the advantage in the gunfights, and then win out that round. But honestly, as soon as they lost that Grim, I generally couldn't see a way for Skibidi Whizzers to come back, other than hitting some insane shots to maybe just get the picks back in their favor. But right now, we're going to see the secondary bomb site come out again. We're going to see that gym bedroom again from 5. And again, this bomb site fell apart in that early round. So many picks came across for the side of 5, where they just pinpointed where the Skibidi Rizzlers push was going from. And I think that could be a problem right now with Skibidi Rizzlers. Their pushes, very one-dimensional. They're always coming from the same place altogether.
Yeah, no, it's a very, like, it is just team fight versus team fight at this point. I'm surprised we haven't seen a split take effect yet, but we do see both the Thermite and the Ace, so I think maybe this is the time we see some of that phantom pressure, or at least maybe a split take between the hard breaches on both sides of the map. Hopefully, is what I'm expecting. Yeah, the Ace is obviously fighting this Bandit over here. Bandit, I don't think is going to be able to get this. Nope. Yeah, the CC wall is open. Ace is probably just going to sit out there and just terrorize them as they try to maybe peek or play highway.
Gotta say though, Moses was very close to getting that bandit trick off. Maybe just a millisecond off placing it down. Cape gonna be able to have so much control just watching into CC. And now with obviously the mirror window also going down, this is a lot of ground claimed by Skibidi Rizzlers, able to get both breaches open, a mirror window down. And they still have at least an exothermic charge, but as I'm saying that, Bugs goes down, and I think he may have been peaked. Yeah, he was, all the way from Dirt. But Twist goes down, Moses goes down, a double from Troy. They're just trying to ego him on the breach. And now they must know that there's a lack of players inside of sight. That's why you see them just watching those main stairs. They know that the castle was all the way down in the basement, and they've got the yellow pings on him as he's trying to lurk back up these main stairs. But Slasher swings out a beautiful pick onto Candle. Now they can easily reset and take this round if they just drone it out, find out where these remaining players are.
Yeah, oh my gosh, another pick for Slasher. I'm very astonished that they just kept peeking Breach. Like, at some point you gotta learn, oh Slasher, you gotta know he's in there. Your team has control of almost every part of the map, except for that.
Both Troy and Slash are the only people to get picks on this round, I'm pretty sure. And the other two players that have just died now. A little bit of a misplay coming out from them as they just didn't check the Logi area, and now Case is down. Case is completely in control of the Warden, and he can play as close as he was. Another pick from Inrio, the new player showing up trumps in this 1v4. Can he get the final pick as well? It's a 1v1. Vision versus Inrio. Vision has a mirror window on this player, but a beautiful relocation now. He knows exactly what Vision's going to do. He's got full control and full information. But what a shot from Vision! An insane shot on the reverse angle. And he gets the first round for Skibidi Rizzlers here.
Wow. Beautifully played for Skibidi Rizzlers. Honestly, there were definitely misplays. They had to have known he was in there. I'm sorry, Slasher. you need to be a bit more aware of what's going on, especially if you're carrying that defuse right into enemy territory. Still a great round for the team. Obviously, the 4 picks from the breach. Still am not going to be able to get over that. You know, you can throw as many people as you want, but if they're holding that angle, you know, all they got to do is hold left click, and you're kind of just going down, down, down.
Yeah, it was obviously though Troy and Slasher, they did get the opening 4 kills, but then like you said, they had made a massive mistake going into it. And a name we said in the early game, in the pre-game, was Gugs. He's a player that has been known around in this T3, T4 scene for quite a while now. Not really showing up to the races at the moment. 0 and 5. He really needs to start picking up the pace on this game. Or maybe he'll just be left in the dust. Right now, I'd say Skibidi Rizzlers have got to give a massive
I mean,
thank to Vision.
you know, there's still a lot of game to go on. Thrive obviously up in the lead by 3 points, but you know, anything can change. You know, the momentum has been broken. Skibidi Rizzlers now has the opportunity to pick up on this and take full advantage of the momentum going their way now.
And obviously, the last time we saw them attack this bomb site, it was down to a rush. We
Also
haven't seen them try. I was going to say, we haven't seen them try a proper take on this site. It was obviously a rush they attempted last time round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very curious as to see what they're going to do this time. Obviously, we're not seeing the blitz. We are seeing the Capitana, so it looks like they're probably going to try and get rid of that garage player, maybe get the main breach open. Oh, okay, I say that. There comes the blitz back. There's the ace. Ace over thermite, so this still makes me think it's not going to be a rush, because obviously with an ace you can't just open up a breach instantly. I'm guessing maybe a master side push, you know, get the con wall open and rush through into cache. You know, it's a very narrow space and they can't really do a whole lot in terms of holds. I'm very curious to see where this is going to go.
Obviously, it'll be Twist's turn to try his hand at Bandit Trick, and this time around it's been Moses the upper couple rounds. He'll win the other Heartbeat Chanel, though. The Cade coming out for him. Last time we saw those Cades, they were going to be on that main garage wall. And will this Bandit Trick be going out from Twist? He gets one. Can he get the other one this time around? Moses wasn't able to. He doesn't, though. He is a... I think he may have got the second one, actually. So I think it's only going to be a peekable hole.
Yeah, so all they really need to do is just not peek the hole at this point. Obviously, it's going back up, though, so now they do have to worry a little bit more about it. Also, Vision going down early. There goes the Grim. That's a lot of pressure gone. Ace repelled on the breach. Gugs maybe trying to get that first pick for the game. Ooh, Mute's just edging him right now, slowly peeking, but not going to be able to do enough for Gugs to get the pick off. And the garage door peek! Somebody has to watch that blitz! Just terrorizing below, isn't able to stop the garage door still, obviously getting ran up on by the bandit. This should be a free pick for the blitz. Yep, there we go. Honestly, great support by Skibidi Rizzlers. I didn't even notice Quick Cape goes down behind him.
You're right, it was good support in the end, but also even better support coming out from Thrive as soon as they realized, hey, our player's completely just going to die down here by this blitz. They're like, let's both walk down red. And again, they did it as a 2. They don't send one person down. They do it as a 2. Both Cade, both Smoke walk down together. But a wonderful pick by Troy. And it's now down to this 2v2. It's very much in the realm of possibility. Only one Toxic Babe remaining. And they still have full breach control. The only problem is, Thrive still have full rafters control.
Yeah, the only issue is as well, Troy is the only one with a drone on the field right now, so they don't know garage is completely empty now. Not sure if it is the best decision. There comes out the last Toxic Babe, and Blitz just gets free entry all the way through. Getting shot through that drone hole, but he's taking the one on the dock on the site. Skunky getting rid of Troy, and Blitz going down to the dock. That is a tough one to lose, but honestly a very close round. The momentum does switch back into the favor of Thrive.
Honestly, that felt like a must-win round from Skibidi Rizzlers, as going into the side or the next side pick, obviously the defense definitely would have given you a stronger advantage, not only having the 4-2 split, but after winning maybe 2 rounds in a row, going onto your defense, you would have not only, like you said, you'd have the momentum, you'd feel more confident, but going down 5-1, morales aren't going to be high, mentals are not going to be strong, so Unless, I think this is another must-win round, because 6-1,
Oh, your
he's
mic got
then
out.
given 5 rounds to win. Interesting pick, though, is going to be
Yeah,
Vision
well, I'm
on
not
the
sure if you can hear me well on
Scopus.
the stream. I unfortunately cannot. His internet seems to be having some slight issues. But, you know, maybe to add on to what he was saying, we're going to see a lot of interesting gameplay. But yeah, 5-1 is not an ideal split that you want if you're on the side of Skibidi Rizzlers here on the side switch. Maybe they can do a lot on defense. Of course, although this map is relatively balanced, it is a little bit more defender-sided. So as long as you've got some good gameplay going out, also the Scopos coming out. This is my first time seeing it in a league like this, since it's been re-enabled and allowed into this environment. I'm very intrigued to see how it will be played.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back. Okay. Yeah, I was also going to point in the Scopus. Scopus seems to be very viable on Clubhouse. Normally you'd see her drone go into the bathroom stall just because it's then invulnerable. You can't actually break it because you can't get behind it.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess you can't just jump over it. Also, Inrio's all the way down main already, and taking out a Legion Mine right in front of the mirror window might not be the best idea. Oh, there's no mirror window, actually. I'm sorry. Interesting. I'm kind of curious as to see where those mirror windows are placed. I wasn't paying too much attention to that in the initial phase. I thought we'd see some default mirrors. Oh, and Twist getting the pick onto Quick Gate Golf for it. That is very unfortunate. Scopo's taking a lot of damage from outside that breach. Luckily, it is not vaultable. He can play safely and switch back to the one in church. He can just leave that one up there to die now. And there it goes.
That's a very strong part about Scopus that people don't realize and don't use her as much for. People always think, oh, she's just really good at flanking. It's like, no, you can play her maybe in just a death spot, and as soon as you're like maybe seconds away or even a minute away from dying, instantly switch. You get back to site, get all HP fully back as well, and then you can just play your life back on site. Vision has wasted, what, a minute, 2 minutes of the round with Cape in his side. They've got the 4v4. Yes, Slash is low, but look at Skunky and Twists. Both 1 bullet away from death. I'd say this is very much in the realm for Skibidi Rizzlers to maybe take this round.
Yeah, no, this is very winnable for Skibidi Rizzlers. Of course, they are even in mana. I'd say they are technically up in mana advantage because of the health difference we're seeing here. Mostly because of that switch. Once again, because of Scopos. He was so low before the switch, and he's immediately back at full. It is such a strong ability. I'm very happy to be seeing it used to its fullest. Of course, there's always the risk of just dying with a Scopos upstairs, and your other one is kind of just useless in sight, maybe as a camera.
Now Twist retaking this main stairs control. Obviously, Inrio had it before. C4 goes out, as I say his name. He then dies. A little bit of caster curse coming out, but Candle rushing down blue here. Do they have maybe any information? There's a player mode as well. This pinch, very strong coming out for Thrive right now, but Moses goes down. The player rushing into the site. Vision not going to be able to get it, but Slash and Troy can. It was actually a team kill, I'm pretty sure. Candle taking out Moses.
Oh, was it? Oh, actually, it might have been. Yeah, that is brutal if that is the case. And obviously not what you want to see. Either way, though, I do think that was definitely going in Skibidi Rizzlers' side, no matter what happens there. They were in very strong positions to get refrags. Of course, we're seeing great use of the space that they have from the defenders. Yeah.
Now we will see the same Sequido and bomb site. It will be Gym Bedroom as well. Obviously, winning your first defense, always going to be a little bit of a lifting mood. You're now on 5-2. You haven't given them that match point. So I'd say Skibidi Rizzlers, like you said, they've taken the momentum back. They're ready to maybe go for their own 5-1 half, or maybe one better, maybe a 6-0 half. And we're going to see the mirror again. The mirror's been very popular in this game so far out. Obviously, I'm pretty sure it was played at least 4 rounds on 5, and now it's been unplayed both of the 2 rounds for Skibidi Rizzlers. Gugs getting his first kill in that last round as well, so he's going to be feeling more confident. It's more about if maybe more players can start popping off right now, because you see Troy, you see Vin, you see Slasher, all very high up on the leaderboard. Gugs and Cape, if they maybe just work their way back into this game, they can definitely start coming back and maybe start putting up more of a fight. And a spawn peak going to be coming out from Troy here.
Ooh, a very interesting spawn peak. I haven't seen this one in quite a while, I must add, but it is so dependent on someone coming this way, and Ash is just giving it to him. Twist, you have to be ready for at least a spawn peak in this kind of league. Obviously, there's nothing much you can do. It is just a melee hole in the wall. Obviously not the most noticeable thing, especially if he's not running a laser. Very unfortunate, but great first pick for Skibidi Rizzlers.
Now you see the player of Buck, Inrio, getting that downstairs control, going to use those cameras to maybe realize where these players are, get the vertical control. The Wamai taking no damage, no, taking a little bit of damage actually. You see the blood splatter on the wall, but that's so much control already taken by Inrio. There's no way to maybe dislodge Cape. Cape going for the gunfight though instead. Both him and Inrio taking a lot of damage now. But Cape's now in a poor position. But Vision went down below. He knew the Buck was all by himself. It was a free pick. A beautiful play by Cape and Vision to maybe just distract the Buck there. And now they're sitting in this 5v3 advantage. Moses looking for the pick on maybe the player. Just leaving Cash. And there you go. Candle also taking so much space into the CCT area. But Cape, he knows there's no player below. He's just going to run away.
Yeah, I'm so surprised with Cape got out of that. And obviously, huge man advantage for Skibidi Rizzlers. I think we're seeing kind of similar to what was happening for the attacking rounds of Skibidi Rizzlers. They are not as coordinated as they were on defense. And Skibidi Rizzlers is significantly more coordinated and playing off each other now.
We did see, obviously, I think it was just after their first round victory on attack, or the only round victory on attack, we saw that timeout. Maybe that's what that timeout was for. A little bit more coordination coming out. Maybe that's what the team IGL said. They said, hey guys, let's just try to work more together. Let's try to get these picks back. A pick from Slasher, but Slasher instantly refragged. Beautiful double from Skunky. But it's all up to Moses now. Skunky did get downed in the process. Gugs has put himself in a really unlucky position right now. He's taking a lot of damage, not being able to move. Gugs somehow gets away though. Moses so focused on maybe shooting that foot. Is he able to maybe pick up Skunky now? Skunky actually not really in a good position, but maybe if he crawls all the way back out to Con. But it doesn't matter, as Troy does get the final pick in the end.
Ooh, what a pre-fire too. He knew he was rotating there. Wow. Beautiful shots from Skibidi Rizzlers. This could go either way, and honestly I was kind of nervous from the first half that this might be a very one-sided fight from Thrive, but yeah, Thrive is falling apart a little bit on these attacks. Skibidi Rizzlers is catching them off guard at every turning point.
Like always is said in Siege, it is a game of two halves. Anything can happen on either side, especially on a map like Clubhouse. It's very favored to, and some, like I said before and you said before as well, very 50-50 map, but some teams, they just prefer to defend. They prefer to attack, and that's what they just feel more comfortable with. And that could be the same with both these teams. And it's looking like that at the moment. Both teams just seem more confident on either of the sides, especially Skibidi Rizzlers. They look night and day from their attack and defenses. And for a third round in a row, Gugs is going to be on that mirror. It's working for him. He's gotten 2 picks in 2 rounds with that mirror. That's more picks than he got in the entirety of his attacking half. And you look at the other players, Vision, Troy, Slasher still popping off in the board. Obviously, Troy opened and ended that last round for his team. So I'm going to be honest, you're feeling very confident if you're Skibidi Rizzlers continuing in this defending half.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Then once again, I'm always going to bring up the word momentum, but it is finally falling back into the favor of Skibidi Rizzlers. They do need to keep it up, and of course we're seeing Gugs, and Gugs is on Mira. We all know this is going to be some very interesting setups. He looks like he's ready to place it on the wall, which he's still doing with the Maverick trick going on. Both mirrors on the wall. Excuse me. Interesting, so okay, so he's just going to be playing off one of the mirrors while leaving the other one closed. Of course, you've got the Mav close on the wall, though. You can kind of just destroy that mirror at a very easy rate.
The only thing though with the Mav, and you know exactly what he's scared of, a C4. With the arc lines now, it's so easy to just throw a C4 right onto those Maverick lines as he's going for, and that's a free kill on that Maverick. I think that's another reasoning for these mirrors being here, just to get maybe that free kill. It probably could have worked with just one mirror, but the fact that the other one's still close, you're able to get that information. Gugs' C4 goes out, but there's still 2 remaining. You have Slashers with the 2 barrel, you have Capes on the Cade, but Cape is more focused on the push coming onto him, onto Garage.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the map is still putting a lot of pressure from the main wall, but yeah, Garage being open from the backside, Buck right outside the door. I'm sorry, they don't even need to worry about the backside. Vision's got that covered from Master. Great jump out from Fenrir over there. Wow.
He heard the gun of the Para shooting out, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to kill you. Cape does go down, though, still on the rafter, so there's still lack of control. I was going to say, the fact that it was the, obviously, the Capital that went down there, it's going to be harder to get rafters, but it doesn't really matter when there's no presence to stop those nades. Skunky does have to slow down the Leisure Mine in his foot, but now with Thrive having full rafters control, they've definitely got a lot of advantage now, still in this 4v4 as well. But it's going to be hard, obviously. There's still at least a C4 on the board for Skunky, but they can definitely go for the plant here. The only thing I'd question from Thrive right now, there's no downstairs control. If they wanted to, Skibidi Rizzlers could easily go down below, but look at this. A cam. All the information needed, as Moses can just be staying on that as Twists does exactly what I wanted him to do. He takes that downstairs control in case someone does go below. But the C4 does go out anyway. Slasher takes him down. The 4v3 now in the advantage. Troy also gets Candle. It's now 1 person left alive. This is the player on Breach and the one below. And they don't have any control of the diffuser. Twist will have to go back up rafters, take control of the diffuser, maybe go for the plant with the Maverick to cover.
Yeah, no, it's a very interesting position. There are no nitros to really stalk them out. If they do have a person just hold well, like the pick from Twist there. As long as there's someone to hold, they don't know about the guy bottom garage. Oh, and he misses every shot. Plant is going down for free. Inrio's covering as much as he can. The floor bang is obviously going to miss. And they don't get Plant down. Inrio goes down to the swing. What a hectic end to a round.
Very hectic end to the round, you're right. Doug's missing a lot of shots on the player's rafters, but lucky for him, Vision again, the hero in that round, able to get the cover on the planter, and because of that, there was no one left to maybe stop the, obviously the planter having to plant in 0-0, triple zeros, and Vision would have gotten the free pick there, if not, the planter got off. But it is the 4th round for Skibidi Rizzlers. They won't care that they didn't get that pick. They'll just be feeling like, guys, we're 1 round away. We can do this.
Yeah, no, Skibidi Rizzlers just had the confidence. They swung, they may have lost a couple picks at it, but they didn't lose that confidence, and I think that's the big thing. They kept going for the swing, they overpowered in Rio, and stopped the plant from going down, winning the round.
Gotta say, the real hero in that round is gotta be that C4. If Slasher doesn't get that C4 out, the plant can probably go down on that first attempt. But because they never cleared out that second C4, he can easily just throw it up and over the wall onto that server rack, and it will still kill the planter when he's planting in that default position. They didn't even need the down below control, and then at that moment, they're now left in that 2v4, and there's nothing they can do. They get those 2 picks though, luckily for them, but even then, as soon as Vision kills obviously the person covering the plant, it's very hard for them to just re-aggress and get that plant still down. We will see them go to this basement side again. It's looking more like a roam this time coming out from Cape. A very big SSG style roam. And this is going to waste so much time on the side of Thrive.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're going to see some very interesting gameplay coming out. Also, sorry, I had to mute up for a second there, but we saw some very interesting gameplay that last round. And in terms of what you were saying with the Nitro over the server rack, I think that kind of just adds to the fact that those new arc lines that they added to see for the Nitro have changed so much about needing to go below. Obviously, Gog's getting the pick onto Inrio there, and we see her rotate off from the Oryx in Kitchen, getting back to site as fast as possible.
Gog sprinting in the worst spot of the time, able to get the free pick onto Skunky, but now they've realised it's such a big roam. Let's just take sight. The Fuser gonna be going down from Moses. There's no cover, but no, Troy able to get 1, but Cape drops the hatch and Candle's watching. Moses is on 1 HP, and Troy is the only man to maybe try and stop this plant going down. But no, Vision on the same log from Blue. A beautiful pick, able to take down Moses. It's all left to Candle in this 1v3. He has full site control of B, has the diffuser in hand. Can he maybe just try to go for this defuse? But he's being swarmed right now. Skibidi Rizzlers sitting like sharks, waiting for Candle to make a little wrong step, a wrong move. They've completely surrounded him, and he has no idea where some of these players are. He has no idea there's one main, it looks like. But can he somewhat find a little moment of opportunity to get this plant down? And here it goes.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing much you can do. Wow, Skibidi Rizzlers played so well there. They knew exactly when to peek. When one person was shooting, the other one immediately swings. It is just a domino effect of peak after peak after peak, and he is put into a position where he cannot plant no matter what he does.
The two people I'm really impressed with that last round, it's got to be Guggs and Troy. Guggs was able to get a pick in kitchen. They knew he was there. They flashed him out. He then got the pick and dropped instantly. He knew, that's my pick, that's my life, I'm going down. And then he was able to get the pick when they were pushing down Blue, because they knew, obviously, 5 knew it was going to be such a massive roam. So they just tried to take site free. Even when Guggs was killed, Troy was able to then hold down site basically by himself, waiting for his teammates to come rescue him. And that's exactly what happened. Vision came down Blue, killed the planter, and obviously Troy then got the final pick on the round. A beautiful roam coming out, like you said. Perfect siege again coming out from the defending half. Thrive taking their time out. Will this help them? Can they now stop the bleeding? Because that's 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, no, they had such a massive lead just to tie it back up. Just once again, yeah, Skibidi Rizzlers is pulling it back significantly on the defense side. Very excited to see if the momentum is going to be stopped because of that timeout, or if they're going to be able to keep up with everything going their way as it is.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
We will see this master bedroom and gym side again. No bar coming out from either team so far, which is norm on when you go to Clubhouse. Normally teams just bring out that bar to maybe give themselves a little advantage, throw off the enemy team. But it's not going to be the case. Guggs again on that mirror. I'm pretty sure last round in that basement side was the first time we saw him off mirror. We saw him obviously on that Oryx, was able to get the 2k in that last round. It's going to be looking like a similar hold coming out of Skibidi Rizzlers. They're going to still probably hold that CC side. Curious to see what that timeout would have given for Thrive. Is it just a timeout to maybe reset the mentals, reset the comms, see what's going on with them? Or is it a tactical timeout? Will they actually be impacting the round? Will they have called out a full-on take? Because some teams like to do that. They take a timeout, they know exactly where Skibidi are probably going to go. They know exactly they're going to be going to the CC side, so they can definitely just call out a full-on take and what they need to do.
Mm-hmm. And it does look like that might be what we're seeing. I'm not sure if they know about Guggs just on the window here, but, you know, they've got the blitz, they've got a full 5 going up from one side, and Guggs didn't need to move, actually. They didn't drone him out until he peeked that drone himself. Very awkward. They are worrying about him now, and he's obviously not aggressing as much. The blitz outside of the breach, waiting for it to be opened. I think once again we're going to fall into the problem with Blitz and Ace. If this was a Thermite, Blitz could already be in pressuring the person top red, or at least the shield top red. Because it's an Ace charge, he has to wait the extra 3-4 seconds for it to fully open.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Now we're going to see them. They at least get the breach open this time around. No bandit tricking coming out from at all for Skibidi Rizzlers. We saw a lot on the side of Thrive. The Skibidi Rizzlers maybe not confident as much on their side for bandit tricking. They've got Rafters control. They've got the CC side open. And the Blitz going in. But Cape able to get the first pick on the round. Candle goes down. The Blitz and another pick for Cape. It doesn't matter if he's going to be going down because he's got his life in numbers right there. And Inavio also goes down by Guggs. It's all left to the Blitz and Twists. Moses and Twist on the side for Thrive. Can they get this done? Twist at least gets one. Slasher goes down. And Moses still having the blitz on the board is honestly massive right now. But the fact is, Guggs also has a C4 stun in hand. They may be able to get into a plant position here. Troy gets one. Vision though gets another. And Guggs gets the final pick on the round. A wonderful little collapse in the end. It looked like maybe it would have ran away for Skibidi Rizzlers. But somehow, they were match point, Jordan.
Oh my gosh, they are. Wait, this has turned completely around. All it takes, if they win this next round, this will be a perfect half for Skibidi Rizzlers. Oh my gosh. Honestly, yeah. They're 5-0 right now. They needed that round so badly. Sorry to have cut you off, by the way, but this is phenomenal. What a comeback. They are, as I like to say, phasing it up.
Yeah, you're completely right. This is a phase moment in the nutshell.
Locate and defuse bomb.
But it's a beautiful moment coming out from Skibidi Rizzlers. I said it beforehand, they needed that 6-0 half because I feel like it would have been daunting at any moment for Thrive to be on that match point, because when a team's on match point, you kind of get a little bit more morale. You're like, it sometimes goes into your back of the head thinking, if we mess up this one round, it's over. But right now, that's going to be in Thrive's mind. They've got to be thinking, this was in our hands. This was completely in our hands. 5-1 up. We needed 2 rounds. But now, they've just thrown it away somewhat. It's all up to them to maybe clutch this round out. Gugs, he's noticed last time they were on those shields, he's taken the Clash. People say he's probably the best Clash of all time. I say people, I say me. But
Locate and defuse a bomb.
very strong operator to just dispel this push, because a lot of the time, Thrive have liked to come in hot. They've liked to come in quick. And with someone like Clash, it allows you to just slow down that intensity, that speed, that tempo that the attacking side can bring. And now, they're going to be more focused on this main seat for each side. No one's actually going to be in Raptor, surprisingly.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking... Oh, there goes Gugs. Full confidence jumping in. But speaking of tempo, you know, they opened bottom garage super fast, and they've started droning it out. They do have to worry about the Clash, who doesn't even have her shield up. She is fighting this. And that is honestly the confidence we need to be seeing right now.
Obviously, before the side switch, Gugs was 0-6 going into this. 6 kills on defense. He's really turned it around. Slasher, Vision, Troy keeping up their pace. And right now, they're looking to take this guy out of control. And all that is remaining to stop them is that Clash. Beautiful 2-bro, though, to slow down this main breach.
Yeah, the real question is that Cade just out of the reach, or... No, it isn't, and it's not going to be able to pop that open enough. Gugs gets a pick off! Obviously, the Tuber fire is going to, or not Tuber out, Capitao fire, sorry, is going to really put him out of position, getting the pick for Twist there. They have full Raptors control now. They are, of course, a little bit scared of people potentially lurking below. Wouldn't be the first time we're seeing Skibidi just lurk below, and they're very confident that somebody is, not knowing they are all for insight, ready to pounce the second they try and go for a take.
This is feeling very familiar on the first time they defend this bomb site. Skibidi just got the opening pick, 5 traded back, and they got Rafters control. But this time round, there's 2 C4s. But this time, Twist gets the next pick. Troy goes down, a 3v4. It may be going overtime here, Jordan, as they have so much time to waste here. But Twist also goes down. Quick Cape has so much to do. Swinging out, not going to be able to get the pick. And that's a free pickup, though, for the side of Thrive. Only 1 C4 to maybe deny this plant. Slasher and Vision have been heroes in multiple different rounds. They've got it all to do. Look at this. Vision, he's able to somehow get back up. And he's able to maybe pick up the Cade here. He does. That's an extra body. That's an extra C4 on the board. But the plant is going to be going down. C4 goes out. Doesn't land. Will there be a second one? No, Moses is definitely going to get this down.
Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm actually just at a complete loss for words. We're getting a pick-off post-plant situation. Vision and Quick Cape have to go for peeks here. Quick Cape obviously not feeling the most confident being on 20 HP. Moses is just tucked on the diffuser, ready for this guy swinging outside of CC. And they've got the guy on plant holding for Quick Cape. There goes Quick Cape, and there goes Moses with the swing on Vision, and they all go down. We are on match point. Just like that.
And I was going to say a positive right now, though, for Skibidi Rizzlers, even after losing that round, they're defending half on overtime, Jordan. And they have not lost their primary or secondary bomb site yet. And both of those bomb sites, they've looked really dominant on. So I'd say if you're Thrive, you're still not out of the woods. You still are maybe feeling a little bit underconfidence going into them. But they are, like we said in the pregame, a T2 team. They're one of these top teams you always look at. So I'd say they're still in the realm of contention. And I'd still say they're probably the favourites to take this game, even with the fact they've only one defending half.
Yeah. No, it's because all it takes here is, you know, they've won that one attack that they needed to bring it into OT. All it takes is one more, and then they just have to defend. Thrive still being in a very optimal position. But this is what I like to see. Gugs might be going for a full blue hold Mira setup, which I think will play into the hands of Thrive, seeing as how they've kind of taken blue every time.
No, it's exactly what you're right. They've always went for that blue push. I think, especially in the early defenses, Thrive seem to maybe just have a lot of ego after having such a strong defensive half. We saw in the first time they tried to attack this basement side, Buck just walked down those main stairs, and then, like you said, he took out a goo mine right in front of a player, so maybe Thrive just have to reel it in a little bit, play a little bit slower, as their tempo has always been fast. They've always been just pushing in, and sometimes that has actually cost them maybe an early man advantage. And look at this, a C4 maybe coming out from Slasher onto that secret window.
Maybe. It kind of depends. If they do get it out, it would have been a great pick onto the Hibana. Unfortunately, it seemed like he backed off a little bit and wasn't too confident in the throw. Actually, he seems ready to throw it still. They left dirt completely soft.
They must have had reinforcements in other places, as there's actually only one remaining for the side of Skibidi Rizzlers to actually been placed down. But they have so much control already, Thrive. It's very good map management, map control, and look at this, Inrio, he's already pushed all the way up dirt, and there hasn't been a beeper, there hasn't been anything, but luckily for the side of Skibidi Rizzlers, there is a barricade, but the fact is, he's using that drone, getting that information, he may be able to just go for a spray through that barricade, get a free pick, and he knows the player is close AKs.
Yeah, and it's not even just that, though. The problem is, he kind of has to sit there until the rest of his team can get enough pressure and be ready for an execute. But without them knowing he's there, it's perfect for an execute. But the Legion Mine exposes his location. They are now pulling their attention towards him. Oh my gosh, Troy just peeking up the hole that was just made by that nade and getting the free pick onto Twist. I can't even blame Twist for that one. I don't think anyone would be expecting that peak, but the confidence from Troy obviously getting them that free pick. Great to see.
Very aggressive hold coming out from Troy, and we're having to back off of dirt, maybe help his team more upstairs. Obviously, he's the only person really that can make this vertical, other than Skunky with that bailiff. But that's going to be a lot longer, a lot harder to actually do. No pick coming back for Thrive at the moment. Still, I don't think they've even had a shot on a player for Skibidi Rizzlers. All of them still being on full HP. Those goo mines going to be taking away at the health of Thrive and taking away at the time, as they have to take a while, take them out. Moses, it looks like they're going to start going for this triple wall take. And again, an aggressive hold being out one of these players just underneath this vertical. And that's Gugs this time around, as Slasher is actually going to be the one in blue. And it does look like they're going to be maybe going for this main execute here. They're going more for this kitchen side take. So it's probably going to be a dirt kitchen execute, I'd guess. But the C4 goes off from Gugs.
Left. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I totally started talking over you, but okay, wow. Yeah, I was going to just say there's 30 seconds left. We're seeing the C4 come out. The pick off handle, then onto Skunky. Vision just playing around that AKs perfectly. All up to Inrio left on the hatch. Is he going to be able to get the pick? He gets the pick onto Vision behind the AKs. Not much he can do. He's still in the hatch. 1 second left, and he just gets picked off right at the end by Slasher. That was an interesting round, because that is the slowest we've seen either team play so far.
It almost felt like Thrive... I said they needed to slow down the tempo, but Thrive looked a little bit scared. They looked a little bit surprised. Whereas Skibidi Rizzlers, they pushed off with aggression. You saw it there. The opening pick, Troy, it's just another vertical. You will not see that much often, because it's such a... Most players will be pre-aimed looking for that pick onto that vertical. But it just caught him so off guard. And Troy able to get such an aggressive and free pick. They now sit on match point for the second time this game. But the Church Arsenal bomb site... There's 2 bomb sites so far that have had a 100% win rate. And that has been... No, there's only been 1, right? Gym Bedroom was won by Skibidi Rizzlers. Only Basement has an 100% win rate this entire game. This has been a fortress for both teams. We're seeing now if Thrive can rebuttal. Can they come back, win it, get it to max overtime? Will we go all the way?
Yeah, I'm very interested in what's going to happen. Maybe they can break that streak, but also, if we're just looking back at that last match, both teams played so slow to the point a first pick didn't come out for until I think the minute 45 mark. And there was no pick back until the last 30 seconds.
5 seconds to go.
And it wasn't even a pick back, it was another pick for Skibidi Rizzlers. So we need to make sure we're seeing, like, they need to not play as passive if they can get to that next round. I'm hoping they're noting that down, but obviously they do need to win this site in order to get to that next round successfully.
And talking about this round, we're going to see the blitz coming out from Slasher. It has had mixed success for the side of Skibidi Rizzlers. No round one actually while the blitz has been on the board. But he's been able to get picks with it. He's been able to gain ground. And it looks like they're going to be going for this stock control early again, trying to get this mute out of his position. He's played it every single round, so they definitely should know he's here. It's curious to see how they're going to deal with him, as the blitz isn't really in and around here to maybe help with the clear and with Cape. But actually, he's staring at the door. He's not staring inside of stock. So this could be a little luck coming up for just a run out from Candle. Not going to be able to net anyone, no one in and around that kitchen window area. And now they may have his information. They may know that he's here because of the massive sound that impact would have made.
Yeah, and they don't seem to be worrying as much about Candle or Twist this time. They're not really pushing them out. Of course, they know Twist is there. He's played there every round. They're a little cautious, but they know they're not getting in the way at all of them opening the kitchen hatch. Candle above should have those impact holes to do that, but he's too focused on getting a run-out pick and just seeing if they're on the hatch. And he's just hiding. There's no pressure on him, but he doesn't realize that.
This could just be a dirt kitchen minimal, as it looks like there's so much space inside the site, with the two players still being up in and around the roam, but with that little sound being happening, this definitely will just rain alarm bells. As Inrio, let's get the first pick on Gugs as he goes to drop that hatch. No cover being said by the side of Skibidi Rizzlers. It's normally why you bring that Osa dropping that hatch, as all the kills rain out blue, as the defenders win a flawless round. The basement still not being able to be cracked by the attackers, as Thrive put it 7-7 into overtime. Match point for both teams. There's got to be a winner here, Jordan. And who's it going to be?
See, normally, as I was saying at the beginning, Thrive is the favorite. I don't know about this situation anymore, because yes, Thrive just needs to win an attacking round, but Skibidi Rizzlers has been very confident. They have a 100% success rate on their secondary site. All it takes is this defense round to decide this first map. And it's, we've seen the setup. It's probably going to come back, and they have not been able to crack it yet. And this is their only chance to do so.
Honestly, you couldn't have asked for a better map to start the day. Obviously, this is the first map we're seeing of round 2 in these qualifiers. And it's been such a treat so far. And this is only map 1 of this game. If this game keeps going around like this, as unlikely as it is, we can have such a great game on our hands. And right now, it's still only 1 game, like you said. But I would also favour Skibidi Rizzlers right now, just because how strong they've been on this bedroom site. It's been very single-handedly. It's been always going their side. They even won it on attack. So they've won this site twice as a defenders, once as an attackers. Can they win it for a 4th time? Get themselves their own map pick and the first map on the board, setting themselves up to go onto Chalet.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Once again, we both have differing favorites here, but I think universally we can agree this is really in the hands of Skibidi Rizzlers, and Thrive needs to just pull it through, get their stuff together, and work under that pressure to change everything up that they needed to from that last time they took this. Obviously, we're seeing Quick Cape on the shield again. Last time he got 2 picks while face-to-face with a Blitz. We'll see if he's going to be able to get that again. The Flores is on rooftop, but he's not even worrying about the shield top red. I wonder if they're going to even contest it. They seem to be rotating off. Maybe there was just phantom pressure to be opening the CC wall. But with nobody there, they kind of open themselves to being peeked from that CC window on highway.
It's true, but at the same time, that phantom pressure sometimes just makes you a little bit too scared. Sometimes too scared to even go for that peak, and that could be the problem with Cape right now. And the fact is, even if he does go for that peak, he doesn't have the strongest weapon to fight long-range engagements. The SMG-12, a lot of bullets, but sometimes that recoil can kick They have so much control, though, of this middle floor here. You see Skunky opening that door to push into bottom area strip. Twist is already inside of pool. They're taking all this control. They're swimming around, basically acting like sharks. They're waiting for their prey to make one little misstep, one little minor wrong movement, and it's probably going to be Slasher here, just on this gym hatch, and it is going to be Twist just waiting for him to just make that minor error. But right now, Slasher's not doing it. Slasher runs away. Somehow he gets away.
Gosh.
Twist just about moves at the wrong time. That is siege timing in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, and that could be what decides this round. Slasher getting over to the rotate, which is a very strong position. And Quick Ape and Gugs managed to rotate down. And he gets the pick onto Twist. That's a huge pick. Slasher's no longer in that position that he was in before. Gugs below to hold off for anyone else, but they also have that Nitro below now.
But look at this, as they rotated below, they've taken the site for free. No one's here to stop it. They've got the C4s below, as Inrio takes down that C4, but a pick by Troy, and it's all up to Troy to maybe hold off this site. And now it's all up to Vision in the 1v2, not able to get the pick, but Skunky refrags. It's a trade in the end, and it's a map victory for 5.
Oh my gosh, he hit-fired him as he died.
He did.
Wow.
You've got to say, that is the unluckiest way to lose that map.
Yeah,
Both teams fought their hardest, but in the end, it comes down to a hip flyer trade headshot.
Wow.
And now we are sitting with Skibidi Rizzlers losing that map pick, having to go to Thrive's map pick to maybe keep this game in their control.
Yeah, no. I mean, it is Thrive's map pick, of course, and they do have that 1-0 lead, so maybe, considering they're going to be very confident with this map, we might see a complete 2-0 victory for Thrive, but maybe, obviously, Skibidi Rizzlers, they could know about this, they could be aware of the strong suits from Thrive, maybe they've scrimmed before, maybe they analyzed their gameplay, maybe they're ready to take them out on the chalet. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens in this next map.
We're going to go to a short break before that, though, but don't go anywhere, as we've got more great Siege to come back with you.
Feelings. It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming. Dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken